Hey everyone! In today's video we're tackling the fabrication and installation of the exterior window trims on our self-built Skoolie. It wasn't easy, lots of trial and error, but we pushed through and got it done. Excited to share the progress with you. Let's jump in. How's it going, everybody? We literally just finished skinning the bus. And so today what we need to do is clean up and prep the window sills that we're going to be reusing because they need to get installed. Clean up and prep the hat channel covers that go over these hat channels here in between the windows, and fabricate these hat channel covers that are a transition from where we've deleted windows to where there is a window. So you can see this one has a bend in it on one side, flat on the other side, so that it can go over that piece and give it the curl over that it needs for the edge of that window. So let's get moving on it. Got the brake set up. Now we're going to try our hand at bending it. Have a little problem of it wanting to not stay down in the middle. Well, that's real fun. All right. Now this method gives us more to push on, but it might still try and walk. Come on, maybe. That is not a tight enough radius. That is not a tight enough bend. Okay. Let me think. The problem we had with that piece is that it kind of just slipped a little, and then we flipped it. It worked better, but the radius is still not super tight, not quite as tight as these. We have enough of these to go between all the windows, but we do not have enough of them to go on the edges of where there's a window deleted, butted up to a new window. Right now I'm just trying to fabricate those the best way. And so I slid the whole piece in to the bend point, and then I'm going to try and bend it. It can only clamp on the sides because there's not enough space here, but yeah, I'm just hoping that we can make this work here and that we get a tighter bend having the whole piece and more coming through the brake. So let's give it a shot here. See, this one, the bend is way tighter at the ends than it is in the middle. So I don't know if it's that we're straining this brake to its limit. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. Too big of a radius. Problem is this metal on these hat channel covers is significantly thinner, about half the thickness of this, so I think I'm gonna have to go source some thinner metal to be able to fabricate these and get them tight like this. So that's gonna be fun. Okay, so the next phase of experimentation is to use this inner sealing paneling, which is a much thinner gauge than the 18 gauge that I have that's new for the skin. So I'm gonna try and cut this to size and see what happens when I put it in the old metal brake. So there's this thinner piece. We're gonna give this a go. I'm gonna try and put this the same way I had it the first time, even though that didn't work. Because I'm hoping that it will work.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Okay. Let us see what happens. Well, it slid.
Told you. I told you. I told you. You ain't tell me shit.
Okay. Try and reclamp it the other way. Okay. A lot of trial and error here. Significantly better looking bend as compared to the original one. I think that's the ticket. We're just gonna have to clamp the little edge and do the bend on that. But that looks pretty good. We need to clean up these old windowsills, get rid of the old adhesive and sealant. I'm just gonna use a chisel and go along and scrape out this old adhesive here. Alright, so we got the bulk of that window sealant off. We're going to buff the rest of this out. And on this side, you can see there's this red glue and the green glue. And we need to get the rest of that off so that we can get these pieces as close together as possible and then clean them all up. So I'm going to use a flapper disc on an angle grinder to get the rest of that off. Okay, so now the inside is all adhesive free. I do have these little raised sections around these old rivet holes that I'm going to take my hand seamers and just use that to flatten these back out. These are just, what, 6-inch hand seamers, and just going to use these to flatten out that old rivet hole and the other ones like it that are kind of I don't know, protruding on the inside. It's kind of hard to show, but they have a little bit of a raise, and so this gets rid of that. So when we go to re-rivet this, it's not deformed. These windowsills were supported by, on the outside, the outer sheet metal, and on the inside, the inner sheet metal. We've removed the inner sheet metal and we're not putting it back on. So we need to support this weight. And so we're gonna weld it into the hatch handle on the sides. And there we go. First windowsill prepped and ready to go back on the bus. 14 more to go. We're keeping 15 total windows. Hey Char, we're working on the bus. Isn't that cool?
Want us to finish the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can go travel. Can you say travel? Travel. Oh yeah.
All right, here we have the pieces ready to go on the bus. We have hat channel covers. These are the old ones. We are repurposing, reusing them. And then we have the transition pieces of window delete to a window. And we have window sills, all ready to go on the bus. Give me dog. Hey. Hi, you ready to go back inside? It's all dark out. Okay, now I'm going to show you how these two pieces get fitted onto the bus. So first, they go on exactly like they used to. Just like that. So they slot up between the roof skin and the hat channel, and they cover this hat channel, and they overlap a little at the bottom. Now these do the same thing, except for they go in areas where we have a deleted window transitioning to a window. So this still has a little bit of trimming that needs to be done at the bottom, but it gives us this rounded over edge on the side that gives that pocket for the adhesive of the window. So I just need to trim the bottom of the lip off so that it'll sit flush. Alright, I got this piece clamped up first. It is the piece that has the back of the driver window pocket in it. So I'm going to drill out and attach these two, and then we'll work our way up. These two are where the front of the rub rail are going to attach, right up under the windows. Alright, so here's our flat transition piece, curled over on one edge. It's been chopped down here so that it can sit on the windowsill. So it goes right here, and then it slots in. There you go, the window ends up sitting in like that. There we go. Now for this one, it's a tiny bit more tricky because this piece actually needs to go between the outer skin and the hat channel so that it can be overlapped the right way. So I'm going to have to wiggle it in there. You can see this piece, so it goes behind the outer skin. See the outer skin there. Not completely attached yet, so I can peel it apart. It goes behind outer skin and in front of the hat channel. So that gives us our properly overlapped doohickey. Just a few more rivets and we'll be ready for rubber rails. Coming along. Off camera, between my wife and I, taking turns, we got the rest of the pieces all mounted on this driver's side. So we're ready for rub rails. So these pieces, window sills, are not physically attached. They are resting and they have pieces that are overlapping them. They will get riveted with the rub rail. So the window sill overlaps the new metal and then the rub rail goes on the outside of that. Those three pieces get sandwiched together with rivets. This is on the passenger side. We have the rub rail mounted and you can see it's riveted through that new metal and the window sill on the other side. And then what I'm doing, because there's no new sheet metal on the inside going on here like there was before that supported this other edge. So what I'm doing is I'm welding the sides of these window sills. Then the insides of these window sills will get attached to the interior pieces, the interior strapping that's going to be going down the length of the bus. So it will also get other support in addition to the welding, but that welding plus the rivets on the outside are going to be more than sufficient to hold the entire weight. So tomorrow or this evening we're going to throw rub rails on and it's going to be fantastic.